everybody, welcome to Aspirants Hub and welcome to the second video of this series, that is the answer behind the rank, where we will be seeing objective parameters with respect to answer writing. Okay, so today is the second video where we will be seeing the first parameter with respect to answer writing, that is structuring. Okay, let us get started. So the first component with respect to structuring is intro, body, and conclusion. The most common and well-known thing. Okay. What is it? We don't have to discuss. We'll just have a look at one topper copy and see it very briefly. So this is Aditya Srivastav sir's answer copy, AIR 1 2023. Okay. So intro, body, and conclusion. So if you have a look at the question, that is, the collegium system has become a victim of its own success with the concentration of power in the hands of a few, leading to questions about its legitimacy. Comment. Okay. So this is the question. It's a 10 marker question. And if you see, this is the introduction. This is the introduction. Okay. This is the body from here to here, and this is the conclusion. Okay, so we can clearly see that the answer is properly written in the form of intro, body, and conclusion. Okay, now we will move on to the next but the main parameter, that is, after seeing a question we'll have to first identify the main keywords as well as the directives. Okay, so now we will see this question: what are the different dimensions of food security? Examine India's status in terms of ensuring food security with regard to these dimensions. It's again a 10 marker question. And now if you talk about keywords, there are two keywords here. One is food security, okay, and the second keyword is different dimensions. Okay, we have to remember this. And what is the directive here? Directive is examine. Okay, so we will not go through the answer and all. We'll just, whatever components we have discussed, we'll try and identify them in the given question itself. Okay? And even if you go through the answer very briefly, again you can see this is the introduction and this entire thing is body, and sir has not written any conclusion here, but you have to write one conclusion at the end. Okay, now talking about the third component, that is explicit and implicit dimensions. What is explicit dimension? That is, when you have a look at the question or when you read the question, you can clearly see what the question is asking for and you will have to address those aspects. Okay, what is implicit dimension? See, when you read the question, you will not be able to figure out by reading the question. Okay, but you have to make sure that those dimensions are also covered in your answer. Clear? Now, if we look at the same question, what are the different dimensions of food security? Examine India's status in terms of ensuring food security with regard to these dimensions. Same 10 marker question. So if you see the explicit dimensions, so it is asking for first is different dimensions with respect to food security. Okay, different dimensions. Then second aspect the question is asking for is India's status. Okay, so this is explicitly stated in the question. Now, what are the implicit dimensions? See, when it is explicitly stated India's status, there will be two aspects to it. Okay, one is the positive aspect, that is, India has been successful in achieving food security. Second aspect will be, no, there are some challenges with respect to food security, as well as, since we have spoken about the negative aspect here, we will have to give the way ahead as well. So this is something which is not stated in the question explicitly, but it is something we'll have to write. Okay, so we'll briefly see the question. This is the intro. Now, this is the first part, different dimensions of food security. Now, talking about India's status, see, first, implicit dimension, it has been fairly successful. Second, India is seeing some challenges with respect to food security. Then here is the way ahead. Okay. Now talking about the next component, the fourth component, that is logical flow. See, you can rearrange the order of writing. See, there is a question, you don't have to write your answer exactly in the manner the question is asked. You can rearrange the headings or the dimensions. Okay, so based on a logical flow. Now we will see this with respect to a question. The question says the institutions of eminence scheme was conceived to develop world class centers of higher education in India, but 6 years later it is yet to become the game changer it was intended to be and discussed. Okay, so it is talking about institutions of eminence scheme, and what is the explicit dimension. Even after 6 years, it is yet to become the game changer. So this is the major dimension as per the question that we will have to address. But if you have a look at the answer, so this is the introduction. Then what sir has done is, before answering the main part, that is the game changer part, he has written a few achievements of institutions of eminence scheme. See what they have delivered, so that before talking about how it has not yet been a game changer, it is better to talk about what they have achieved. Based on the achievements, now we will assess what is more to be achieved. Okay, so that is how you can bring in these dimensions, like in between, even if the question is, directly stating that it has not yet become the game changer, you can bring in these aspects and you can arrange them logically. Okay, then here is the way ahead. This entire thing is the way ahead, and here is the conclusion. Clear? And the last component, the fifth one, that is balanced treatment in terms of dimensions. That means when you have a question, make sure that you write the main view, you also write the counter view. Okay, so this is meant by balanced treatment in terms of dimensions. Then in terms of number of points, so if you have the main view, if you're writing 5 points here, in the counter view at least write 3 to 4 points. Okay, it should not so happen that here in the main view, you are writing 8 points, and in the counter view you are just writing 2 points. This should not happen. Okay, so this yeah, if we have a look at this question, discuss the role of the judiciary in electoral reforms, citing suitable cases. How far do you agree that judiciary induced reforms violate the principle of separation of power? So this is the introduction. This is the first part of the question where case laws are being stated. Now if you see from here, our analysis part starts. Judiciary induced reforms violate separation of powers. If you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 pointers have been written in this view. Now if you see the counter view, judiciary is an integral part. Again you have 1, 2, 3. So this is okay, 3 points. So it is kind of balanced, and then you have a conclusion. I hope with this we have understood, the structuring component of answer writing. If you have any doubt with respect to this, please feel free to ask it in the comments below and I will get back to you. Thank you so much. All the very best.